I'm all over this right now. Hey, Zola.
Yes, Odie. Yes,
It's
Neil.
Odie. Listen, we are starting our reading off a little later than usual this evening because of climactic activity
Yes.
and this gown. But you'll see what I'm talking about when we get together. Hey, why don't you come over and sit down while
All right. Yes, indeed. Definitely.
Zola Salena-Hawkins.
Yes.
Uh, we've been doing this for a few weeks now, but I feel compelled to explain why I do it in the way we're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I am the author of 38 published books and maybe equal number unpublished. A friend of mine said, he says, okay, how are your sales? I said, well, they're flat. I'm not trying to pretend to be rich made selling books. I would like to be rich selling books, especially the books that they ban. But that's another story. He said, well, get Zola to help you and line the books out on the corner and do a cyber sale. You want to carry on with this?
Well, we decided we'd do a cyber sale in the safety of our home. Okay.
It was such a challenge. Forget the books and set up on the corner. Okay, now we're up to this one. And today, without further ado, as my friend Jean Boland used to say at the file house down there.
Well, this is Black Chicago, right?
This is called Black Chicago.
Okay, and so in honor of Dr. Margaret Burroughs, I decided to put on an outfit that I had not worn since our wedding in 2005.
2005.
And so I wasn't sure if I could get into it, but I said, maybe. And sure enough, I still can wear it.
Life goes on.
Because Dr. Burroughs and her mansion was most elegant.
That wasn't a mansion when she got it. They really just simply sold it over to people who wanted to buy for a very small amount.
Oh, really?
But they had never deteriorated, so they always remained mansions. You're right about that. But it was not like a mansion and all the people next to it were mansions. I'm starting in Chicago, and I'm coming from, I think, a Neanderthal place, because the longer I live, I'm 87 now. I'm looking forward to these next 3 years, if I live. If I live, we're realists here. I'll pause for just a minute. Don't outlive me, okay?
Because we're going it together. Okay.
Okay. I had to put that in just to lighten it up a little bit, because people get so serious the minute you talk about life, living and dying.
Wow.
And the Chicago that I'm trying to take us back to starts at the period I was born, 1937. And there's so many people you can point a finger at being born in tight circumstances like that, who have ferocious grips on your lives. You don't know about it till later. You met Dr. Burroughs.
Wow. Did I meet Dr. Burroughs?
She said, I came into her classroom as a freshman, 1992, and I wasn't interested in painting, but I wrote and I scribbled, and she found out about it, and she said, yes, right. And if you don't, I'll fail you.
Yes.
You'll do what?
Yes.
I didn't say that.
Yeah.
You'll fail me. Yes, you will be failed. Just miss. Come here. Next one.
Right.
So the woman we met in 2013 was, you thought she seemed kind of mean, but she seemed like a kinder person to me. She was so genteel.
Right, definitely.
What is your name, honey?
Yeah, so we went on and on with that. But anyway, she was roller skating too. That impressed me. And a cat.
I was feeling very disappointed because she couldn't go backwards at 96.
Right. In fact, I think her instructor had died, and she was going to put on her skates and roll around, the rolling ring. So
in this place that I'm coming from, I noticed several things happen periodically that were really monstrous. One of them was that we had thunderstorms, and I never experienced thunderstorms like this until I went to West Africa. And one evening we have one of these 3-day rains, and the place was threatening just to be beaten down. And I'm looking, is the house going to stand up? And somebody said, it won't fail. It won't fail.
Wow.
We used to have those in Chicago. Some people may not remember, but they would have hailstones that would be, thick as small rocks.
Well, throughout the world, with the situation going, we have seen hail, even in California.
Yeah. There were different areas of places in Chicago. I went to the lounges, so that was one of my favorite places. This was kind of Moulin Rouge, the President's Lounge. The place we went were the 3 would-be assassinators.
Yes.
Emotional assassinators.
I tell you, I went into the ladies' room and I came out and there were 3 gentlemen, all in something like pimp suits, just waiting for me to come out.
Come with us and you will be forever doomed. I
I
walked out at just the right time and said, "Come with me." My wife.
was like, yes. I said, here's my husband.
But that's what.
But they weren't threatening, but they were.
No, they went to the place to do that, and sometimes people, like that disgruntled housewife who wants to do something she hasn't done in a long time.
Yes. Okay.
They catch
Blue adventure.
a disgruntled housewife.
Okay. Well, not at all here.
Okay, I'm coming to the projects, and the project should not have been put on anybody other than people that you hate. If you've been looking at the destruction in Gaza, you could see the projects after they had been destroyed. It would look exactly like that. We always said, which is why I stayed away from them. We always said this is being deliberately run up for us, and it ain't all that cheap. In this year, they got so many rules. Woman can't have a man overnight, but at the same time, you can have 5 kids and go down and get public aid. Hyde Park was where the intelligentsia hung out.
They had some nice restaurants and stores in Hyde Park. Health food stores, in fact.
Meloyal, not too far from the co-op.
Okay.
Co-op.
Oh yeah, the co-op as well. Yeah.
You got lucky because that was the only place where we could go to. You could feel free to have some kind of honest racial relationship. The rest of Chicago was like a race tinderbox. You could go across one street and tell you were in Irish territory.
Wow.
Or this was Estronian, or Estrubian. And live way over.
Okay.
Except for the Jews. The Jews didn't do it. The Jews went into business in Jewtown. They named it. Not it named it. They named it Jewtown. They went to work and they went to business. They went into these little businesses. It took 3-5 years. Next thing you know, they bought a store down the street, and it started like that.
All about business.
They worked their asses off. But the racist thing in Chicago was the mayor of the city, the Irish mayor of the city, Mayor Daley, was a fair mayor. He distributed corruption indiscriminately, and which is why he got a lot of black votes. But at the same time, he was a racist. You couldn't go to his neighborhood, but you could meet him downtown at the city hall.
Go figure.
We got 2 or 3 more to go, but you got an idea. But back to the roots is what it is that we all do when we go back to that place that we don't know where the place was, but we'll find it when we get there. this ends on what I call the Chicago sister. And I've always had fun joking with the sisters because sometimes
Yeah.
they really enjoy it, sometimes they don't like. I don't care.
Well,
This
Chicago sisters are very unique, for sure.
listen to this. From a Hackensack sister.
From a Hackensack sister, yes indeed. To y'all, Chicago sisters. Especially
And more, baby, and more.
and more.
I'll end it with this. This is Willie Daniels, retired dedicated whist player. Oh yeah, she does exist, and I can tell you all about her. There's a 99% chance that she's a Southern soul woman. People most likely come up from Africa, Mississippi, Ghana, Georgia, Nigeria, Tennessee, or Soweto, Alabama, somewhere like that, if you know what I mean. And she got that in her blood. That silly thing is strictly on the surface. Go down and have an inch and you're going to get something from the south. I guarantee you that.
Okay.
Now, I ain't trying to talk to you that like
Not
that.
trying to talk to me. I like that.
Did you get it going?
Maintaining. I'm good.
No.
Okay.
I'm not going to sit here and play true confession with you, but I can tell you some things. Back in the good old days, before people became outrageously violent and deal with diseases we don't even have cures for, there was a type of woman you couldn't find nowhere else but here in Chicago.
Oh, really? Okay. Tell me about it.
I'm going to try. She was a woman that was brimming over with love and was sweet as a honeycomb. You could find them in the churches and in the nightclubs. Let me explain that. Back then, a nightclub wasn't considered the worst place in the world. People used to go to the club to hear Muddy Waters, Howlin' Wolf, Lightning Hopkins, and people like that drink a little beer and get on up and go to church the next morning.
Gotcha.
In some cases, what you'd be listening to was a continuation of what you had heard the night before, musically. I'm not going to say the club was exactly the same thing as in the church, but by a long shot, in some cases, the church was a hell of a lot livelier than the church. I mean, than the club.
Okay.
Church, club.
Got you. All right. Let's get it right.
Once the yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Once the preacher got to preaching and the sinners got to moaning and the sisters start to sing. Yes, I know that if there ever was a Chicago sister, she was the wearer of the dinosaur, if I'm to believe what my father had meant for his generation have said to me. Coincidentally, my name is Carl Freeman. I'm a sociologist bachelor. The sweetness and the generosity of spirit that they talk about is dead. I mean, let's face it, I'm 30 years old. I got a decent career going for myself. And if I meet a sister who's in the same field I'm in, we have to become competitors before we become lovers. And
that's one of the Chicago sisters talking.
This is one of the brothers talking.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about the Chicago sister.
Okay.
And if I meet a lady who's above my head career-wise, she's likely to dismiss me because she's looking for bigger game. And I damn sure ain't going to try to find my soulmate in the Robert Taylor Holmes or Cabrini Green. I don't know who the Chicago sister is. Where can I find one? Okay, now we went through the Chicago sisters.
Yes, indeed. In fact, I think, you have one of your bedtime stories on Chicago Sister on
Okay,
tape.
yeah, on the CD.
Yeah, on CD.
Yeah. This is what these are,
Mm-hmm. Yes,
Yeah.
I do remember. Yes,
most of them.
different voices, and so Black. This book is primarily small stories.
Mostly short story.
Mm-hmm.
They're taken from everywhere. Spanish
Mm-hmm.
bullfight, island story.
Mm-hmm.
I just wanted to do some things that would be interesting.
What it says here is Chicago, the center of America's heartland, from its founding in the late 1700s by Jean-Baptiste Point du Sable, a French-educated man, to the modern-day gypsies who live on Maxwell Street. It's a city steeped in Black history. This is the story of a city where unique African-American history has grown, a center for the emergence of jazz, blues, dance, art, and the DeSable Museum of African American History.
Shit, you know everything.
Thanks to Dr. Margaret Burroughs, founder, teacher, and pioneer. Hello, Oprah. And even Oprah.
Yeah, even I think she was. I don't know if she was on Oprah's or not. I don't think she was.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she had that.
Yes.
First of all, I think they would be acidic personalities.
Mm-hmm.
But who knows?
Okay, so again, Black Chicago can be purchased on Amazon. Odie's website is www.odiehawkins.com. And, you just might try, just Google Odie Hawkins and be surprised with the number of things you find out, like his NAACP award.
You got to help me get rid of this pile.
Yeah, Christmas.
So I can start on the next pile. Don't you understand?
Yeah.
This is tying me up.
Christmas is coming, time of holiday seasons and buying gifts. And books are certainly a lovely gift to give to folks. All right? And with that, until our next meeting. All right? And I guess maybe I'll continue wear this for the evening, since then we'll revisit 2015.
Hang yourself in the mouth. You continue wearing this for the rest of the evening.
Yes, for the rest
Sounds
of
like we got double meanings going on.
Yeah, I think we do. All right, with that, toodaloo. We'll see you next time.
So, you know what?
Keep it quiet.
You guys.